I was about 15. We went and saw this boxing match with my dad and Joaquin, and I didn't know where Jesse was. I was about 14, maybe 15, they said, and we had a boxing champion. Well, welterweight, middleweight. And I told my dad, says, you know, I can beat that guy. That's how cocky I was, because I never would lose a fight. Never. Never lose a fight. And that's about all. And now, of course, we go swimming and we go hiking and goofing around with the guys, you know. Nothing mischievous, except, you know, stealing watermelon and chicken and beer out of the store. Like one of the guys in the gang will go over there and occupy talking to usually a young teenager taking care of the stores. Well, we slip cases of beer out the back the other door. and we get this chickens, for example. Our uncle knew it. We go and steal watermelon. So we know who did this and everything. We just can't prove it. But Manuel's gang, or Manuel and his gang, stealing all this stuff, but they never catch us, never.
Well, how about school? What's your earliest memories of school? And who was your favorite teacher in Guam? Do you remember?
Well, when I was, we used to go we walked from Paasang, which is up by Aganya Heights. We used to walk 5 miles to school every day and back. And this one...
Both ways uphill?
No, not uphill. Just,
no, it's a joke, Dad.
But...
were you barefoot?
No, we have the Japanese
sandal
shoes.
Yeah.
Not like a shoes. It goes to tie it and then snap here with your toe. You know, just like one toe there. Anyway, there was one teacher. I was in. It was 9th or 10th grade. He's always telling us that he likes to fight, he likes to box, and he likes somebody that's about 4 or 5 inches taller than him. I'll never forget. And he said he never lose and all that stuff. Yeah, that was one of the teachers. And also this American teacher who's got a prosthetic hand and everything. She was asking me to write with her and all that stuff.
You told us that story.
Is that right? Her name is Miss Dickey.
Yeah.
And then from again, I enter a solo singing contest and I won 2nd prize, and I got the certificate to prove it right now in there somewhere. And then we had, as the school was built there in Paasang, Aganya Heights, and we transferred from George Washington High School in Sinahanya to Paasang there. And I have a real favorite teacher there who's always making me sing. And people from other school came and you know, to compete with us singing and other activities. And I always win the singing contests. I always win. And she takes me outside and taught me how to hit those notes. And I was pretty good singing. Because just about every month, 2 or 3 times a month, we go to Umatic and Mariso and Inarayan with the you know, relatives are. And I remember they always insist that I sing. And I will be laying down on the mat on the floor, that's how, you know, and I'll be singing, and they don't want me to go to sleep, they want me to continue singing.
How would you get around the island with the family? Would you just always walk, or?
Well, we
did you have an
walk.
automobile?
There's a jitney, you know, that runs up there, and we have a Jeep.
Yeah, it's usually like the jitney was like the little bus.
Yeah.
And who was your best friend during your school days in Guam? Do you remember?
Yeah, like my cousins, Carmela, Jesus Da. That's the name. Jesus Da is his mother took care of says the executrix for my grandfather's estate, and she stole us blind. Each of the girls supposed to get $1 million. $1 million, one with 60. Each one of the girls and the living ones and everything, because Grandpa got $17 million for his property and all that. I do know that. And she was supposed to give each sister, and I don't know if the two brothers were still alive, $1 million. They never get a nickel. In fact, when Ma was ready to come back to the States in '51 with Joaquin, got 2 big lots in the little the new agate, right above where the old agate was. Quit claim for $1 each, give it to one of her sisters. And our uncle, that's my grandfather's brother's son, the commissioner, he was still the commissioner, tried to buy our house that I actually built it, because we get it, and my cousins and friends built it up after we got it. And it's worth at least $5,000 at that time. And he tried to buy it from Joaquin and Ma for $300. And Joaquin would tell you that. And he took a hammer and a saw and everything and destroyed it to the ground. Says, I'd rather demolish this house than sell it to you for $300.
Yeah.
And he just demolished it.
So, what were your Sundays like? Did the whole family go to church every Sunday?
Oh, yeah,
Was Pa real religious too?
Yeah, not only every Sunday, but every day. Every day, and at night. We go to Sunday and I'm in church in the morning and in the evening. And remember when we were living in San Antonio, there, 3 o'clock in the morning, Ma would wake us up, and Jesse would take us to church. There was one church in Agana there that the priests say Mass at 4 o'clock in the morning, and he'll take us there, and I'll sleep through that. I've been Joaquin and I and Jesse would sleep through the whole service, because every morning, except Sunday, because in the Sunday we go to church later.
Yeah. So was the priests, were they white or were they?
No, they're
Chamorro?
Capuchin. No, there's no Chamorro priests then. Not Chamorro priests were later.
Oh, okay.
No, there's Capuchin.
And they would celebrate the Mass in Latin?
Yeah, in Latin, and they have the brown cassock and all that. That's all they wear.
Were you ever an altar boy?
Just once, and I couldn't remember the Latin words. That was before I went to the seminary. Anyway, just once, and I wasn't very good at it. But when we were living in our house in Agate, to go to the bathroom, you have to take your own toilet paper with you. We go out there, go out on this pier, and they build that doggone. They have it, I think, every mile or so, or every half a mile. They have a pier there with the toilets.
Yeah.
One side for the ladies, one side for the men, and all that stuff.
And then when you use the bathroom and go right in the ocean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we used to watch those fish catching the conker. And my cousin, I don't know whether my cousin or one of my friends, had a bright idea to put a mirror on the stick, and go like this to see the ladies with a mirror.
You're bad.
I didn't do that. Those guys did it. Nasty guys.
So as a child, do you remember any gifts that you ever received?
Yeah, little cars and all, toys, regular toys. And I know we're living by the river there. This store. You know, there's several rich people in Guam with stores and friends and all that. And I saw this one bicycle. Oh man, I wanted that bicycle, and I think it cost $6. That's what it costs, $6 or less. And I begged Ma and Pa to buy me that bicycle, and I never got it. In fact, I never owned a bicycle. I had to borrow a bicycle to ride. Yeah.
Do you remember any times as a child when you were afraid, besides the Japanese bombing? Like, were there any times that you felt like your life was in danger?
No, but I got afraid a few times, like a neighbor. I remember a neighbor died, and when they die, the family go there to visit and all that stuff. And we lived just a block away from this family, and by the block I mean from here to next door across the street. And Ma sent me or wanted me to go to the house to pick up something. And I was so afraid. I was afraid of the dead, and all that stuff, but I did. I braved it, and I went over there, and I was singing and hollering and all that, because I was scared to death. And I got what she wanted and brought it back. Also, my grandfather, during the Japanese time, after Jesse built that A-frame above my grandfather's property, with the condition we get that property, and I go down and make salt for them and everything. Anyway, I used to spend the evening at my grandfather's house or farm or whatever you want to call it. And you got a big one. But I used to lay the bed here, and grandfather and Philomena, my grandmother, and I used to lay on the floor right by him. Well, not by him, because they're in the bed and I was on the floor. And he used to tell us all this tales about about when it was a community.